Hello and happy Tuesday. My name is Wendy Lee from CreativeLeeYours.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the US and excited you're here today joining me. So today's crafty project is not live because I am traveling. I'm going on vacation to visit my son. So yay, lots of fun, but I didn't want to miss our crafty time together. So I pre-recorded something for you. All right, let's go ahead and switch the camera over and we will get started. There we go. All right, so today I wanted some sparkle. So we're doing a Glimmer thank you card. This project was inspired by a layout I saw from Cindy Schuster, who's on the Artisan, actually she's the Stampin' Up! Design team. So she works for Stampin' Up! And as one of the concept artists, and I thought that this was a really nice layout. So I've changed it up a little bit. I've used some different papers and a different stamp set, but I used her layout. So we are featuring the Kite Delight stamp set. This is in the January to June mini catalog. And I am featuring this one in my upcoming online bingo and card class. And I'll give you a sneak peek at the end of those cards. Registration closes this Friday, May 27th. So don't miss out on that class. We're gonna have a lot of fun. So let's go ahead and get started on creating this one. So you should be able to expand the video description. So you can do see more, show more, and it will show you the complete supply list for today's project, as well as the cut dimensions. So you'll have links to be able to go ahead and click on and order the supplies you need and you have everything you need to recreate it. All right, so we're going to start off with our thick basic weight card base. I am going to fold this in half and give it a nice crease with my bone folder. All right, next, I'm going to change my color option up a little bit. So this is the new 2022-2024 in color Glimmer paper, and I love that it's ombre. So it goes from light to dark or dark to light, however you want to look at it. For this original project, I used the Parakeet Party, and on this one, I'm using Tahitian Tide. So we're just going to go ahead and adhere this right to the front of our card base. I love our Glimmer paper. A lot of companies, the Glimmer papers will shed or rain glitter. You don't get any glitter off on your hands. So that means that this will not be leaving glitter all over your home and everyone else's home for years to come, right? All right, so we are going to next pull in our basic white cardstock, and we're going to die cut a few circles here. So I've got 2 sets of dies. So I'm using my layering circles dies, and I'm going to cut the second largest scallop circle. And then I'm bringing in my favorite stylish shapes, and I am doing the second largest circle. And so these are going to layer on top of each other. So I've already cut those out just to save us a little bit of time. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere these together. And I'm going to use some liquid glue since I'm dealing with a circular shape, and just put a little bit and adhere these two together. Great. And then I'm going to pop this up on my Glimmer paper with some dimensionals. So my pack is almost empty here. We're just going to do a few around that circle edge. I like using dimensionals when adhering to the Glimmer paper because it gives it a little more oomph to it, because that's quite a bit of texture. So you want to give that a nice good push to make sure it's down nicely. All right, let's go ahead and bring in a scrap piece of paper and we'll start our stamping. I think I am going to bring in a foam pad as well. So I want to stamp my 2 kites. I'm going to keep the polished pink as I've got it. So I'm going to bring in a scrap of polished pink and my polished pink ink pad. And we will go ahead and stamp the first kite on our scrap of paper here. Okay. Now, while I've got polished pink open, I'm going to bring in a scrap of basic white cardstock, and I'm going to stamp my kite tail as well. We're going to fussy cut that out. Right, next, now I'm switching it up. Since I switched up the colors, I'm going to replace the Daffodil Delight kite on this one with my Parakeet Party. So I'm going to bring in my Parakeet Party ink pad, and we will stamp this kite on the Parakeet cardstock. And then while we have that out, we're going to go ahead and stamp the kite tail on our basic white scrap as well. All right, now we're going to get to do a little bit of fussy cutting. You ready? All right, so let me get my snips out. If I can find where I buried them. Do you guys do that? Do you bury things on your table as you're working? I definitely do. So one thing I like about this kite stamp set is that it's really easy to clip these out if you wanted to clip them out. So just a little bit. We'll have these out. Now the tails are a little more detailed depending on how closely you want your cut. Bring in this polished pink. Now I could have stamped that a little closer to the edge so I didn't have to clip all four sides, but it's all good. Get that out of our way. All right, let's go ahead and adhere these down. So I want to pop the pink kite up and I'm going to put the green kite flat. So I'm going to pull in my liquid glue for my green one. If I can get a hold of it. There we go. I'm just going to slide that in about right there. And I'm going to pop this pink one up on top of it. Let's pull in some dimensionals. Now, you don't have to pop everything up the way I do. I just like it. So if you don't want as much dimension on your project, don't pop up as many of the layers. Sometimes when you pop up as many as I do, you have to add a little extra postage. If your envelope, if you're in the US and your envelope goes over 1 ounce, you have to add extra postage on that. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and cut this out. I'm not going to let this stress me out. I'm just going to do a quick cut out. Now you can make this as perfect as you want. Spend as much time on it as you want to, as little time on it as you want to. It is entirely up to you. I am not the biggest fan of fussy cutting, but I'm okay to do it. I don't like to do it often, but sometimes the project just needs it, right? You've got to do a little fussy cutting. So I try to move my paper versus my scissors, although you're probably watching me move my scissors more than I want to. This one's a little more detailed because of the string and then these stars. So I got a little bit more going on here. Oops, almost there. All right, get rid of all those little bits. And we've got this cute little string here that I can just attach right there. I'm going to slide that up underneath. I don't think I got it. Hopefully I didn't get the point all down too bad. I'm just going to put a little bit of liquid glue on this top star. Let it kind of run out that string a bit. And since I put this down, oh, good, I did leave that little bit up. I thought I had, but I wasn't 100% sure. I didn't say that. Now, if that's down too low, you can always clip your string if you can't slide it up in far enough. I think it's going to be all right. Nope, I'm going to clip some off. All right, made it more of a nubbin. There we go. I'm okay with that. All right, let's cut our one with the bows on it. I think this is super cute. You guys have to leave me a comment and let me know, are you a fan of fussy cutting? Not a fan of fussy cutting? When does the mood strike you? I know for some it's super relaxing and for others it is not. Right? Like I said, it depends on my mood and what I've got going on. Definitely not something I enjoy doing if I'm in a hurry when I'm crafting, right? Nobody likes to craft in a hurry, really. We like to enjoy it, spend all day crafting. That would be fun, right? We could do that every day. I kind of do. So close. We're almost there. Do you wish I would have pre-cut this so you don't have to watch me? I'm sorry, you can fast forward. All right, a couple more. And this gets a little tighter when these bows get a little closer together. All right, I'm taking that, even though it's a little wide in there. I'm going with it. Okay, super cute, super, super cute. Now, because that one's popped up, I have a little more leeway here. But again, I only want to attach just that top bow. So let's pull in our liquid glue. Now you could choose to tack these down on the card front if you want to. You can pop them up. It's entirely up to you on what you want to do with that. I let mine hang loose. But again, if you wanted to put a glue dot or something on there so that they weren't sticking up, you could. Cute. I love it. I love it. I love it. I like it in the blue combo too. You guys have to tell me in the end which one you like better. All right. So next, we want to do this thanks across here. So I actually pulled in a little strip of window sheet to give that a little extra stability on the thanks there. And then we're going to die cut this out. So I wanted to show you this. So I've got a scrap of Starry Sky cardstock and a strip of our adhesive sheets. Now I'm just going to tear some off and remove the backing paper if I can get them apart. Some days that's the hardest part, right? But I want to make sure you guys know how to use our adhesive sheets. They are awesome and much easier if they're still on the sheet, right, to pull apart. So I've got my backing paper off. I'm going to put it right down on my cardstock. And I'm going to give it a good push with my bone folder. Make sure that's adhered really well to my cardstock. Now this is going to be the back. So we're going to need to die cut this. So let's slide some of this out of our way. I'm going to bring in my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss. And when I'm die cutting, I don't actually follow the directions for die cutting. It says 1 and 2 of the 2 plates. So I'm actually going to do 1, 2, and then I like to use the number 4 plate on mine. But I'm going to lay my cardstock down. And then I'm pulling in this detailed thanks die here, and I'm placing that where my adhesive sheet is on the back of my cardstock. So this is from the Amazing Thanks die set. So I'm using that detailed die there. And then I'm going to put this, actually I'm going to rotate this. I believe, yeah, my adhesive sheet's all the way to the end. So I'm going to go ahead and rotate that and do that in the angle a little bit. And I'm going to put plate 4 right on top, and I'm going to slide this through my machine. Now, the reason I switched to plate 4 is that we were finding that if you leave your plates stacked evenly on the mini, just the dynamic of it being a smaller machine and less, I guess, less machine to pull it through, it would sometimes keep you from going through. So I found by switching to plate 4, I'm still getting the die cut, but I'm not getting the fight from the plates there. If that makes any sense whatsoever. I'm not saying it will. All right, so then I just need to poke this out real quick. Comes right out of my die. And then remove the backing paper and adhere this right to that. Now, let me pull in my silicone fact sheet so I don't glue it down to the table surface itself. And we'll just remove this backing paper. I'm going to use my take your pick. Kind of help me out with that. Now, this can be a little delicate because it is a skinny die. So sometimes it'll stick to your fingers pretty darn good. I like to kind of eyeball it a little bit, lay it out. Oh, it stuck to me good. And see if I can kind of get it centered best that I can. And I like to start from the center and then kind of reposition it on the ends. Now, I don't have it perfectly centered, and I'm okay with that. If that bothers you, carefully peel that up and you can place it down again. Okay, and so now that window sheet's just going to give me a little bit more stability on this. And I'm going to place liquid adhesive on the back behind where that die is. So I'm just going to put a couple dots. Now you could use glue dots instead if you prefer. I'm just going to use some small dots of liquid glue. I don't want it too big because it's going to ooze out, and I don't want to leave that visual glue appearance to the front of the project, right? All right, so we're going to carefully pick that up. Again, you could use glue dots if you prefer. All right, now once you put this down, you need to commit to it because you don't want that to slide around from the liquid glue. So I'm just going to slide that down, give that a quick little push, and I'm going to let it sit and dry. Okay, so now I can go ahead and add some of my bling. So I'm going to bring in my glossy dots assortment. And on this card, I'm going to bring in this daffodil set of dots. And I like all these dots. I got crazy with my dots. So I'm going to do that on this one as well and bring in quite a few here, right? Let's go ahead and put these on here, right? Go a little crazy. It's okay. Okay, let's see. We'll put one over here. And put another one down here. So cute. So fun and shiny and iridescent. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, cute, right? So, oh, it was not dry. I hit it too quickly. This is where glue dots might have been a better choice. I gotta let that dry. Hopefully that'll stick down okay. All right, now on the inside, I did stamp "Your friendship is so uplifting." So I'm gonna slide these over and find my layers. Now I've switched, so this one had Parakeet Party. I'm gonna switch this to the Tahitian Tide, and then I've got my sentiment here. I'm gonna keep my sentiment in the Starry Sky. I'm going to go ahead and stamp that down. Now, if you prefer a foam pad underneath, definitely put that down. I'm just going to go all in. Yay. If it was messed up, I could flip it over before I adhere it down and try one more time. We always get 2 tries there, which is nice. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and adhere this layer. Looks like I'm about ready to run out of adhesive. I see that red tape coming up. So again, I did a nice skinny layer here. Now you could stamp, if you wanted to stamp one of the kite images on the inside as well, you could. That would be fun. All right. Let's see. I'm going to be careful because I'm afraid that that's still not dry enough. So I'm going to look at these 3 sides, get that centered, and now that one is done. Cute. I love it. So, so cute. Which colorway do you like better? You guys will have to let me know. All right, let me show you the Kite Delight samples in case I didn't do that already. So again, we have bingo coming up on June 11th, I believe is when it is. And these are the 3 projects that we will be making. So we got this one, and this one. And of course, we're playing 6 games of bingo, lots of prizes. And then this is another one using the Kite Delight that I made the other day on a YouTube live. So a couple weeks ago. So you can find the directions for that one as well. All right, cute. If you're enjoying the content that I'm sharing, please share it with your crafty friends. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Facebook. And if you've got any questions, please leave me a comment and I will make sure I answer them right away. Thanks so much for joining me, and I hope to see you soon. Bye for now.